Most African musicians are not doing African music. You cannot be Western compliant and still tell me you are doing African music. So if Fela were alive today, I would have challenged him very much. I say, your major instrument is saxophone, trumpet, keyboard, and those are Western keys. Is it that you sing in your language? Then you mean that is
African music?
African music? No, that is Western music. If you see me using keyboard there, I command the keyboard to sing in my language. See me with Western musical instruments, but I teach them my language. They speak my language. Instead of the instrument teaching me their language, I am an African and I sing Africa. If you tell me that 8 keys are standard, and so everybody in the world must comply with standard music, are you not telling me that God didn't give Africans anything musically?
So great to be with you once again on the Just Start podcast, where we bring you stories, insights, conversation around leadership, culture shaping, business, enterprise, and much more from and around the city of Jos. It is so good to always bring these conversations every week. And I'm thankful for how many of you tune in, how many of you listen in and make this worthwhile, because every time we do this and we see the views that come from you, it's always heartwarming. I love reading your comments and much more. My guest today is fantastic. Is phenomenal. He's a cultural icon, musical legend, peace ambassador, and the creator of what we currently now know as Ndengdeng music. He is phenomenal in every way, and I don't want to do a lot of introduction because this conversation is going to give you a deep insight into him, his work, and the legacy that he's building. He recently celebrated 40 years on stage, and honestly speaking, 40 years on stage, I haven't even been on the earth as long as 40 years. So that is phenomenal in itself. Today, I have with me none other than Dantala Jatu Dewan. It is good to have you here today, sir.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. 40 years on stage is phenomenal. Like I said, I haven't even been here on the face of the earth for 40 years. How does it feel to have accomplished this immense feat?
In fact, it's more than 40 years. We say over 40 years
over 40
of resilience.
Years.
Over 4 decades.
Wow.
And that is to say it's about 50 years because my first song was written in 1976. 76 and now is 50 years.
Yes.
But I am just taking it from the time that the group was formed as a group, 1984.
Wow.
And that is why we are now 42 years.
Wow.
And we have every good reason to celebrate over 4 decades of resilience. Like you ask, it can't be easy. In fact, the most difficult thing is to keep human beings as members of the Dantala and group, session men, for all these 40 years. What do you give them? How do you pay them? What do you have? Do you even think you are paying somebody? Is it salary or remuneration? Or, in fact, just to, you cannot pay an artist. They say you only appreciate. And I think that is all I do with them, to be having them for all these 40 or over 40 years with me. So, if you are invited for a performance, how much is paid to you? Somebody who is invited as an individual will collect even more money than you that are going with a full session band. You have up to 28 people on stage. Wow. You are more than 50, but for every outing, we can't be less than 24. The least we can take for one single outing is 20. That's the least. Even the 24 is not enough. We'll just have to manage because it's a live thing. Every single person has a unique art to offer. And once you reduce the number, you are reducing one art.
Yeah.
And that reduces the beauty. Maybe somebody saw that person, and that's why he's inviting you, and today you are not having him. The person cannot be satisfied like that. So, but then, it has not been easy with us. It has been, in fact, moments. Yes, there are moments you are happy, you enjoy certain things, but most of the time, it's not easy. But we are still alive and are still pushing it on. Fantastic. And so we will say it is good. And we look at the future for betterment.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Before I get into ask you the questions that I have in mind, I love your outfit. Let me just start by saying that. Is there a story behind what you're wearing?
Yeah, maybe I am from gas extraction. And this has become
The Ngas people are from where?
from Pangshin Kanke.
Plateau State.
Yes, of Plateau State. Before now, I was in Pangshin local government. But with the creation of Kanke, I now belong to Kanke. Most of my documents that came before Kanke are bearing Pangshin. So it's only those ones that came after Pangshin that are bearing Kanke now. So Ngas people come from Pangshin Kanke. Yeah. So this outfit has been accepted, designed and accepted by the Ngas people as their national identity. And I have always been representing Plateau, Africa, and Nigeria. Today I say, let me represent my indigenous people from home. That's why I'm like this today.
Fantastic. Thank you. So when people see you and hear about you today, they see the cultural icon. They see the person who has put in the work over these years. But before all of this recognition, before the popular name, before the stages, before the music, who was the young boy that was growing up in Pangshin, as you mentioned? And what kind of world shaped him?
Yeah. I was born into a society just like any other person could be born. But when you are born, you look at the society, you imagine the society, and see what you like within the society, just like they say environment shapes somebody. You look at it, what do you like most? And I saw it that I had the liking for Ndengdeng as a genre of music from that community. There are other genres of music within the same community.
So Ndengdeng is actually a genre of music that you grew up with?
Yes. Ndengdeng, which is the traditional molo, as in Hausa. And it is made from the grass. And that instrument was the first thing that attracted my likeness for the culture of Ngas people. But could I play the Ndengdeng? No, I was not able to play it because traditionally nobody will just come in to say, let me teach you. You have to learn by yourself. You need to get close to them by yourself. And sometimes when you are close to the people that are playing it, they will move away from that environment. So you have to be stubborn to be able to learn. Anywhere you see them, you just try to come around. But even if they give you, can you play it? And when you cannot play, they laugh at you and they just go. And when they laugh at you, you feel, why? Feel disgrace. Next time you say, Kai, I will do the best so that people will not laugh at me. And I kept doing like that until I got the molo to try and I could play some few notes. And at some point, I was even better than the people that are known to be playing the instruments. I play better than them. So when they give me, I will play and they'll say, this little boy can play this much. Now they will be singing the song. I will be playing. If I attempt to sing, at that time I will not be balanced. To balance my lyrics and the play will not be easy. So when I start to sing, I will miss my lines. Then I will listen and concentrate. When we part from that situation, when I go home, I try to play and try to sing so that when we meet, I would have rehearsed. And then at some point when we meet now, I play better and I will be singing. I say, hey, this man is going places, so. Man is going places, so. Then I kept doing that. But since I didn't have the money to buy my own molo, that is the Ndengdeng, what could I do? There was nothing I could do until I finished my primary school in 1976, when I was employed as a probational teacher to teach in one of the primary schools. That was when I was able to have my salary, to be able to buy my own Ndengdeng, to be able to play at any time. So when I bought the instrument now, I could play at my own time, night or day, just perfecting myself and making myself better and better every day. So when I jam with those people that are playing, they could only see that my dexterity, my manipulation, and the lyrics that were coming out of me were too fantastic and wonderful that they feel Dantala is there. Dantala can do it. Dantala can make it. Along the line, I said I was going to form a group. I'm saying what inspired me to do it. Yes. So after the inspiration of playing the molo now, you see, I cannot forget that my mother was a very good singer too. Very, very good singer. And people used to follow her from place to place to record her voice. Wow. And at some times, she will be running away from them, telling them that my voice will soon finish. Everywhere I go, you will be taking my voice. She did not recording. She was saying, you are taking my voice everywhere. And how will you tell me that my voice will not get finished? My voice will soon get finished. They say, no, your voice cannot get finished. No, but I hear my voice here and there everywhere. So how can you tell me it won't get finished? Then they will say, come, they will buy burkutu for her. And after some while, she will play again. They try to lure her into taking burkutu. And then, in the village, everybody takes burkutu. But since I was born, I have never tested burkutu myself. Wow. Up to today, I have never carried burkutu intentionally to smell. I can only, in fact, inhale as I'm passing by the scent or the odor, or whichever way you call it. Yeah. I will just perceive it. And never tested it, even though I grew in the village. We were the ones going around to collect burkutu from the houses that brewed burkutu to the king's palace. But I will never test it. So now that I said, let me start a group. Let me bring in some people and see what we can do. But we started a group in 1984, as it is. By 1984, in fact, I started. But my major challenge then was the modern music that was on ground. And what was on ground, mostly reggae. Reggae. Not that I don't like reggae. I like reggae very, very much. At the point, I was called Ngas Reggae King. But I did that intentionally because I wanted to attract the attention of the young ones. Because since that was the thing that was reigning, and my molo, which is the raft zita. Molo, in fact, you play it from here. Somebody from 100 meters cannot hear you well. If you are to perform at a stadium and markets places, how can people hear you? So I looked for a means of amplifying it for people to hear. That was attracting the young men. Found a way of amplifying with big speakers, and further attracting them. I brought in bass guitar, jazz drums, keyboard to attract the younger ones. But what I insisted on doing was to play my music pentatonic way. The pentatonic, the 5 tones. The Western keys are 8. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. 8. I insisted on the 5 sounds of the African music. That is why today I feel that in fact, most African musicians are not doing African music. Yes, you cannot be Western compliant and still tell me you are doing African music. So if Fela were alive today, I would have challenged him very much. I say, your major instrument is saxophone, trumpet, keyboard. And those are Western keys. Is it that you sing in your language? Then you mean that is African music? No, that is Western music. The instrument determines how you sing.
The instrument determines how you sing?
Yes.
How do you mean, sir?
Yes, because you start by the instrument, then your voice comes in. So if the instrument is saying 8 keys, so you must sing 8 keys. So some of the keys that are not Africans, some of the sounds that are not Africans, you try to create them. So that becomes Western music. But in my own case, it's pentatonic, 5 sounds, completely African. If you see me using keyboard there, I command the keyboard to sing in my language. Yes. Instead of the instrument commanding me to sing in the Western language. That is what most Africans do, and they think they're doing African music. In my own case, see me with Western musical instruments, but I teach them my language. They speak my language instead of the instrument teaching me their language. So there are two different things. I am an African and I sing Africa. If you tell me that 8 keys are standard, and so everybody in the world must comply with standard music, are you not telling me that God didn't give Africans anything musically? And if God gave us something, we should relegate ours and be doing their own? Yes, if you are versatile and you can do both or do all, no problem with that. But where you cannot do your own at all, and you are only promoting somebody's own at the expense of your own, that is what I don't like. So reggae was going on. And you see a reggae musician will eat food, scrub part of it on his head, dreadlock, or his jeans that were tattered and looking dirty. But when they start singing the music now, our girls will just be following them. And apart from that, some of them will even take marijuana on stage, the Indian hemp, on stage. And that was the worst. I'm not saying that every reggae musician does that, but most of them were doing that. And I felt that was against African culture. So, but how could I attract the youth? That was why I fused in some of those musical instruments to attract the young ones. How will the church, because the church was even against it. Schools, education is also against it. So if you go to school now, they will not buy traditional musical instruments for those that are reading theater or music. They will bring in modern musical instruments. Then how do Africans learn and grow like that? So by the time I was doing it like that, it was attracting the church, attracting the schools, attracting the youth. I could play my songs and reverence with their collar will sit and listen to me. The youth will come and be dancing with me. And then, in fact, educational institutions are inviting me to come and have it in their schools, and maybe their children, their students will learn from what I do. So with all this now, there's a great turnover from the Western thing to our traditional music. Yeah.
Now, you had mentioned this whole Western and traditional conversation. Did you study music at any point in time, or did you learn from home? And because, of course, I've also seen you talked about the bass guitar, you talked about the keyboard and all of those other contemporary music music instruments, fusing with the other traditional African music instruments that you have. Did you study music at any point, or how did you get so skilled and versatile in your musical?
I didn't like to study music in school. Why? If I studied music in school, I was going to be forced to the Western standard. And since I am under somebody's tutelage, I must listen to him and I must learn how to play the 8 keys. And once you learn to play the 8 keys now, you will not maintain the African thing again, because they would have imbibed you with that kind of thing and say that is the best. So I would have relegated my own kind of music. In fact, 1993, when they were celebrating World Decade for Culture, 1993 was the final year, because it started in 1983. By 1993, that was 10 years. It's a decade, World Decade for Culture. So Babangida was to attend the occasion. Then professors of music were sent to come and listen to my music. They came, listened to the music. They wanted to observe maybe the difference between the 8 keys and the 5 keys, and if they were going to say something wrong. They listened very close. They went far away, listened, far, listened, and they came back to say, the music is good. We're trying to see if we could say anything or see anything wrong with it. But the music is still good and standard. But our fear is that you say Nigeria is sick, because in the lyrics I said so. Nigeria is sick. In 1993, they say if the president is going to be in attendance, and if I say Nigeria is sick, how is he going to feel? And I said something has to be done in the song. They say, am I not calling for coup? If I say that and the president is sitting there, how will he feel? If I could reduce the lyrics and maybe remove such. I told them, if I remove such lyrics, it means I'm singing somebody's song. It's no longer my song. Let me be responsible for my sins, if they are sins. But then I say Nigeria is sick and I provide solution in the songs. I said something has to be done and I provide solution in the songs. Nigeria is sick, I say sick in the northwest, east and south. Then I say something has to be done. And I said that in Hausa. Idan mu haɗa kanmu za mu ci nasara. In mun kawo da bambanci za mu ci nasara. Bambancin addini, bambancin siyasa, bambancin yare, bambancin kasa za mu ci nasara. And I still said mu ɗauke ido mu dube jiya, mu gyara yau don gobe ya fi haka kyau. Mu ɗauke ido mu dube jiya, mu gyara yau don gobe ya fi haka kyau. I think those are possible and necessary solutions that if they had listened very well, they could use my suggestions, which are solutions to the problems we're having today.
I was about to say that there are still solutions that are valid till today,
that is
40 years later.
Yeah. So they said, oh, you have the problem, you have the solution. Now you can do it, your thing. But if anything happens, it's you. I said, truly, if anything happens, they are my sins. Let me be responsible for them. So I sang the song, and truly that song became #1 in Nigeria. And that was the song that went to Voice of America, BBC, Deutsche Welle, and other stations after 2 weeks of the release of the song. Wow. Yes. I don't know how it went there, but that is there up to today. So these are some of the inspirations that have taken me. The youth are with me, the churches with me, the schools are with me, and those were things that were not happening. And I have introduced a genre of music in Africa, Nigeria, Plateau, Ngas particularly. The origin is Ngas, but then that is how it is in Africa. Yes, I have not deviated from African standard, and that is African standard, and that is how it should be.
Fantastic. Key things that you just mentioned are your lyrics.
Yes.
And I find that you do a lot of storytelling, but also do a lot of confronting problems and preferring solutions.
Yes.
Now, how did you arrive at crafting your music in such a way that people relate to it regardless of culture, tribe, religion, all of the things that typically separate us?
Yeah.
How did you craft your music in such a way that it could speak to everyday people and it could receive acceptance, especially at a time when there was, you mentioned the church. At that time, churches were very, very skeptical about what they would call secular music, even some traditional music. So how did you craft your music in such a way that it received, and it still receives, such wide acceptance?
Like I said, I use the Raft Zeta. And Raft Zeta...
Is that what you have here?
Yes.
Please, can you...
Raft Zeta is common within African people. So if you hold that instrument and play it, it naturally appeals to everybody. So the lyrics will also affect everybody because the instrument is common and we are singing on the normal sound of Africa. It appeals to them. But then, what are you saying? Are you talking about religion? Then which religion? So if you are talking about religion, people will say, which religion? And if it is not their religion, they will not listen to it. I look at things that are general, that affects everybody, philosophical, morals. So every human being likes morals. Every human being, if anything is philosophical, it makes them think and reason more and see into it. Even if it is religion, like in one of the songs I say, Allah ya ce wa Anabi Ibrahim. You know, Abraham is father of faith of all religions. I don't know how it came so, but everybody agreed. Every church, every religion agrees that Abraham is the father of religion. Then I say, if God tells Abraham to sacrifice his son, Christians say it's Isaac, the Muslims say it's Ishmael. But when Abraham took the ram, took the child to be slaughtered as sacrifice to God, at the point of sacrifice, slaughtering the boy, whether it was Isaac or Ishmael, God said stop that, and a ram was provided in place. That is to say, whether you are a Christian or a Muslim or any other religion, God does not want anybody to slaughter human beings. That was why a ram was given in place of the human sacrifice. So where are you getting your own from today? That you sacrifice human beings and you think you are doing the work of God, when God himself did not allow that to happen. So check your religion. Where did you get your own from? So if Abraham is the father of faith, how could you have gone beyond what Abraham couldn't do to sacrifice human beings in the name of religion? So that is against any religion. So if you say that kind of a thing, it affects every religion, and every religion will have to like it. So touching on things that affects everybody. So in most cases, I look at the entire world. I don't look at particular places only. And if it is the world entirely, it affects everybody. They will listen to. That is why it becomes philosophical and morals.
Yeah.
So the molo is here.
Interesting.
This is the raft zeta. You can see they are in 5 tones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
But segmented in 3.
Yeah, I can see.
So because the sounds are supposed to be 15. That is on the same key or on the same tone. Just pitches that differ. So like, you see?
It's the same thing.
Yes. But you see, some of them will not be able to achieve all the sounds here. So they repeat 2 sounds. This and this are the same.
Yes.
So this is a different tone.
It's like an octave.
Yes. So on the same key but different pitches.
Oh, okay.
The same tone,
Same tone.
but different pitches. So once you play them together, they are saying the same thing.
Same thing.
Yes. So until you come here, it's a different sound. You get here, it's a different sound. You get here, it's a different sound. Up to 5 sounds. That's why we say it's pentatonic. So Mbiro road kadamaya, Mbiro road kadamaya, Mbiro road kadamaya, Tambiro road kadamaya, Mbiro road kadamaya. Malna mwe kwera, mana mwe kwera. Waza ya kwana inane, ya kwana gindin mangoro. Waza ya kwana inane, ya kwana gindin mangoro. Idan na mutu, kada ku yi kuka kwana ya kareo. Da yi farbana murre, mantu walan kan tera dum nora. Wine mbila murkarano. And you hear some sounds like this.
Yeah, just shaking.
Could play and make the shakers making rhythm, and then adding melody to it. It depends on what you want to achieve at every point. If everybody is enjoying it and dancing, you go to this shaking, and you shake it according to the rhythm that you have laid on ground, and then people will be dancing and singing together, following you, answering the chorus. You call and they respond, and you move like that. So that is Ndengdeng music.
So this is the Ndengdeng.
Yes, this is the Ndengdeng musical instrument. Now this is the flute. We call it Jatu. Yes, it is also 5 sounds, but you can see the holes are 4.
Okay, so how do you make the 5th without holding any of
now,
those?
if you close all, it's a sound.
Okay.
If you open all,
It's another sound.
it's another sound. So when you close all, you say 1 sound. Then you open the next one, 2nd sound, open the next one, 3rd sound, open the next one, 4th sound, open the 4th one. It becomes the 5th now. So it's also 5 sound following this now. That is why we can combine this and that. If we were two, somebody could be playing this
and
and then I use this to blend, fuse it in. So. So,
wow.
So that is flute.
Wow.
And let me tell you that even the Fulanis that claim to be the best players of flute, by the time I play my own, they will be surprised and wondering, how could somebody who is not a Fulani person blow the flute more than them? So this thing attracts the Fulanis as well.
Yeah.
So because of my music always going with the flute, they will always buy my songs, even in the bush. Because they like flutes, they will be looking after their cattle with their sticks on their neck, following their cattle, grazing them on the farm, blowing the flute and trying to achieve my own notes in their own fluting. So flute has also become my best musical instrument. Our people do it, but it is always one person playing solo. But I have brought it as ensemble into my own kind of music, and it's forming a great part of my songs. This fluting, I also got it from the village, because as I was growing, there were about 2 or 3 persons that were so good at it. But I took over from them because I always wake up as early as 4 a.m. or in the evening around 6 to 8. The men will be moving from street to street, blowing this thing. You are careful to listen to them, you achieve something. The women, like I said, my mother, and other women, their daughters, will always wake up around 4 a.m. grinding the millet or the sorghum or the corn. And as they grind, they will be singing the songs, and I will be listening to the songs, getting the lyrics from them, and I will never sleep again until they finish doing this. And the people that blow the flute, I may be following from behind and copying them gradually until they disappear. Then I will also disappear. Now, with this molo, there's a belief in the village that, and even this now, you blow them at odd times or you play them at odd times that are not good. They say the devil will be following you, evil spirits will be following you because they enjoy the music. If you stop now, they will touch you, play now, play now. You may not be seeing them. So, traditional, they will say, if it is 12 in midday, don't play these things. 12 midnight, you cannot be playing this. The spirits will be following you. And if your father or mother says you're doing that in the night, you are trying to invite evil spirits into our house. This is your molo thing, we break it. And you have to be stubborn too sometimes to be able to. When you are getting home, you drop everything so that they will not see you. I say, if the spirit, I don't see them, so I don't know what they are doing. So since they have not harmed me, say someday they will harm you. They will push you down since you don't see them and you are not playing for them. They'll push you down. Say, nobody has ever pushed me down. So since they enjoy it, if you're in the village, you hear a lot of things.
Yeah.
And sometimes you may not know whether they are true or not. Yes, people have seen them and they know the danger they pose to the community. That's why they always advise children not to go beyond such times.
Yeah. You have a very unique, what I will call an orchestra. I've seen instruments and how all of them just come together to produce unique sounds. And like you said, you command even the Western instruments to speak your language. I noticed that there was a xylophone that there is a xylophone and it has like horns under, like cattle horns or just under. Did you create that yourself, or is that also something you got from culture? And then I think I've also seen a few of the other, there've a few other instruments, but that one is very unique. You know, the way it's played and then it produces its own unique sound.
Yes, I have the gift of handling any musical instrument that I see. When I see an instrument, I just play the sound. Just get the sound, and I will be able to fuse it into my music. Xylophone is one of the instruments that I found along the line. So when I saw it in Brukutu House, I entered the Brukutu House, bought it there and then. The day I saw it, I took it to my village. That day I learned it and I was able to play it that night. And since I was able to play that musical instrument, till today, you don't see that instrument in the Brukutu houses again. Because you play in the Brukutu just to be given Brukutu to drink and be playing. The Brukutu owners, the woman, seller, will always have somebody to play the xylophone for her to attract people to come to her shop. So as they sit there enjoying the music, they will be buying. But you, the player, will be given for free. So you drink your own till any time of night. But since I don't drink, I buy my own, I took it out, and they will be telling those that are playing Brukutu houses, Dantala is making money with xylophone, and you are playing your own in Brukutu house
for free. For
Brukutu.
free,
for just Brukutu. So they will be ashamed to be playing in Brukutu house. So religiously, I have removed the xylophone from Brukutu houses. Hardly do you see them playing them there in Brukutu houses again. So when I took xylophone home now, I fused it into my own style of music, and it has become one of my major musical instruments.
That's genuine impact in my opinion, because having your own style of music so pronounced that it commanded a shift in the culture, that people no longer wanted to just stay within the Brukutu houses and play. But now they wanted to take this thing seriously as a job, in a sense. So in the days when you started, and even up until today, I think it's even worse now. We don't see a lot of young people building in authentic African music.
Yeah.
Even till today, we don't see a lot of people building in authentic, indigenous African music. Because we're very heavily influenced by global culture, like you mentioned before. How can more young people embrace the modernity of times without losing the identity and also going further to preserve culture? Because again, just before we started this conversation, I was talking behind the scenes, and I was saying, at the trajectory that we're going, we may lose a lot of the indigenous cultural music that we have if something is not done. How can we bring more young people to see that it is viable, but also to see that we can effect change and own our narrative using the music that we have?
Now, if you ask me and say the young people are not imbibing our cultural music, then I have to think twice. Because since I started this genre of music, in fact, if you go to Bauchi side, all their music is like what I'm doing. How many groups in Bauchi are doing this similar thing? There are more than 20 different groups. You come to Ngasland, you have more than 100 groups doing what I'm doing. You go to Benue, you have more than 100 groups doing what I'm doing. Southern Kaduna, you go to Niger, you go to Maiduguri, you go to Yobe. You see people are coming into this kind of music. They are coming into this kind of music. We have more than 500 cultural groups that are coming up like this. So I cannot say the youths are not imbibing it. It depends on how you look at it.
Okay.
But what I see that is killing our culture is even this DJ thing. When they are invited for a wedding, they gather the modern music. I don't want to say contemporary. Because if I say contemporary, my music is also contemporary. It's music obtainable at this time.
Yeah.
So any music that is obtainable at any particular point in time is contemporary. So when we're talking about this time, every music you see today is contemporary. But you can differentiate them by, say, modern and traditional music. So they will gather modern music, the DJs. Now, during weddings, that is what they play. Because they are invited and they package these things to go and be playing at weddings to make their own money at the expense of our cultural music. They have never sat down to package our cultural music to present at weddings. They would prefer to package modern music. So anytime they want to invite the parents to come to stage and dance, they say the cultural man play for them. And my own is to attract the younger ones. They now relegate you to play for parents, the in-laws, the uncles. And they wait for that time and say, you now come and play. Okay, we are trying to get the younger ones know the traditional thing. And you are saying we should play for the old ones who already know the old thing. And you think you are helping them. No, you are not helping. You carry people's songs. You are stealing. The songs are not yours. You make money from the songs without even appreciating or acknowledging or paying, giving him, what do you call it?
Royalties.
Royalties. The owner of the song. You just gather the songs, go to wedding place, play the songs, collect your money, and just go. The person that sings the song is just at home. Nothing comes to him. They are further killing us. And now, what happens is that some of the younger musicians who are doing modern music will come to you and say, let us do collabo. You that is trying to see that that does not even exist. Unless if you are doing both, I can promote you. But when you are doing that alone and you come to me to collaborate with you, I feel somehow that you are not promoting our culture. How can I help you promote another person's culture? More so that the song you are doing is not even your original song. You are only promoting somebody who has made that song. It's not even your own. And you say, let me come and promote you like that. So if you are doing both and you ask me to promote you, I can do that. Where you cannot do African thing at all, you are only doing that, which I am already against. Now you say I should help promote you. You see? So that one too, if you don't do it, they will feel, Kai, this man is not helping us. They don't know your philosophy. So now, sometimes what they do discourages us from supporting it. And they are also further killing traditional music. Those DJs. They create some other things around themselves, and the youths too don't know that these people are trying to keep them away from their culture. They do not know. They will be celebrating and putting fire everywhere. And then working against what we are trying to achieve in our culture. Maybe that's the one I will say. But so many young groups are coming up traditionally.
Of all the stages that you've performed on, you've traveled within and outside Nigeria to do breathtaking performances. Which one would you say is the most memorable for you? And can you walk us down that experience?
I have so many memorable situations, and I don't know where to start from. But let me tell you one that we went to a village in Plateau here. We went to perform. Before we got to the performance venue, the road, when you reach the village now, it's only your eye. Or when you laugh, your teeth will be seen. The whole face and head and everywhere red because of the dust on the road. When you arrive, it's only your eyes. When you blink your eye, they will see white eye or the teeth as you smile. Everybody will be red. A village in Plateau here. Now, when we finished performance, everybody was happy. But to go and find a place to rest was a great problem. They called us to one former church, abandoned church. They brought down leaves and put on the floor for us to sleep. That's what they do there when the weather is hot. When I saw it, I said, Kai, will my artists sit here to even think of lying down and sleep? Are they not going to riot against me? I refused to lie down. Some of them, because they were already tired, one lie down one after the other until all of them slept comfortably. When I first saw the leaves, I thought they put them there for the sheep or goats. Actually, they are our beds. So we slept well till the next day. I asked them, did you enjoy the sleep? So we didn't enjoy, but what could we have done? We were tired. Say, thank God that you were tired and you slept well. That was one great experience. Another wonderful experience was in Gambia. We went to Gambia. We didn't know we were going for a competition. The president of Gambia, Yahya Jammeh, was celebrating his 50th birthday. He invited so many countries, I think about 70 countries or so. Nigeria was one. And they brought us from different cultural troops. Plateau State cultural troop was invited. Lagos cultural troop was invited. Niger, Kwara, then one private troop from Lagos. Every year, he invites people to go and do magic. But we were not told from home that we are going to do magic. So on arrival in Gambia now, our day came. They said we were supposed to present magic.
Magic?
Yeah, magic dance. Then my people came and said, do we have any magic? Can we do any magic here? I said, yes, now we can do magic. Can we do magic? We're already here.
Is that how you do the magic or you do it?
We must just do magic. Say, Ogato, you will package it for us. I say, Dama, is it you that is going to package it? It's me. So I call on the artists. They say we're going to do magic that you all know. So what are we going to do? Luckily, we had some very short human beings from Kwara. Midgets, as short as you cannot imagine. 2 of them, twins, Paul and Peter. I said, oh, this could be our magic. So the 2 of them, they are Yorubas. So we play our music. Then they came in with the Yoruba dance steps. It was televised all over Gambia. People saw those midgets, and you know what they could say? That these Nigerians, you can't beat them. They brought 2 devils alive. You can never beat Nigerians. They brought 2 devils alive. The next day, they all trooped in to see the devils from Nigeria. You know, Gambia, at that time, their population, the whole country is 1.5.
Oh, okay.
They have not been opportune to see a short person like that. Now, when they finished their dancing, one of my private artists did this tumbling and stunts. From a far distance, he was springing, and he jumped over the highest fence and landed drip in front of the president of Gambia. The soldiers were cocking their guns. Yahya Jammeh laughed and told them, where were you? The poor boy would have killed me. Allow the boy to do his dancing and go. Then he did his dancing and jumped over they were opening the gate for him. He jumped over the fence and landed and did his dance back. They sprayed us with money. And at the end of the day now, Nigeria took first position in Gambia.
Wow.
But I saw a lot of wonderful things that I couldn't imagine us getting first position. But Nigeria took first position because of 2 devils from Africa and the poor boy who could have killed the president. So that was highest moment.
Wow.
But in Nigeria, we have won first position, gold, and several times.
So what would you say is one of your most, is an achievement that you are most proud of in the journey of the work that you've done?
That was in 1997. I have never been asked to package any performance for national competition, except that year. And I've been working with the Plateau State Cultural Troupe over the years. Nobody has trusted me to give me any packaging for a competition. So that year, they decided, let us try Dantala. Now, they brought a professor from University of Zaria to package drama. They brought Namaraya Jos to do solo, indigenous music. Namaraya asked them to pay him 90,000 naira then, 1997. They said they didn't have 90,000 naira. Abuja gave him 150. He went and performed for Abuja. We looked for somebody who could do solo indigenous. One man who was a staff of the PRTV, Peter Bambo, who sang Samari Kudena Shankwaya, Samari Kudena Shankwaya. I didn't know he was alive. So that year they mentioned his name and we had to look for him to do solo indigenous in place of Namaraya. Now, wrestling was part of it. We brought one young man to do the junior category. Then I was to do popular indigenous music group, popular indigenous music, solo. Now that man from Kaduna did drama. So now, all of them that came in, they took over the stage, getting all the best artists. And because I was a staff of government, I couldn't have done that. And they all picked the best artists, leaving me with the artists that I thought we were not going to achieve anything with. But then, since my style of music, I can do anything to achieve anything. So I package my people. Sometimes it is when these people have finished their rehearsals that they will give me space to do my rehearsal. They relied so much on the professor from Zaria. They hired a house for him for over 300,000 naira. They gave him a car that he was using every day. We were trekking every day, not giving us any single kobo, packaging the same thing. Now we went and did our performance in Abuja. Announcing the result now, that professor came forth with certificate. That solo indigenous in place of Damaraya got 6th position. The young man that did the wrestling got silver. And then I got gold. 1st position for Plateau State. Which celebration we couldn't have done. We enjoyed, played. But then, they did that with reservation. They say, they cheated us on dance drama because the professor's son was dance drama. We would have gotten 1st position or 2nd position, so they didn't respect our winning at all. And when we came back to it was not reported to government. But you see, totally, the final result, number 1 to 3, is always announced. But Jeremiah Husseini was the minister of the federal capital. Now, minister was there and Plateau was 4th position. He couldn't have just let that go. So he said, 1st position, 300,000 naira. 2nd position, 250,000 naira. 3rd position, 200,000 naira. 4th position, 150,000 naira, which is unusual. They don't normally give prizes to 4th position because he saw his own. At 4th position, he gave us 150,000 naira. For us to bring that kind of a thing to Plateau State, and me, who got 1st position, was not even recognized because it was not mentioned to government. It was not mentioned to government at all. But I know very well, if it were the professor now, the thing would have gone while the state would have. So I was happy that I got 1st position. But it wasn't celebrated at the state level. But I was still very happy that it was my entry that made them to win even the 4th position. So it was a moment of sadness and joy, but the joy for me dominated the sadness. Up to today, nobody within the cultural center has beaten my record, has even gotten my record. To think of beating my records. Yeah. So that was one of the moments I will never forget.
Wow. Do you think that cultural music and cultural musicians specifically, especially in this part of the country, are celebrated and recognized enough?
I would say they are not. Do you even think of enough? Yes. Maybe I would have been the most celebrated Plateau indigenous musician. Because when we talk of Damaraya is from Bauchi. When we talk of Panampasi Paul, He's from Adamawa, I think. And I'm the only one that is indigenous. When I mention these three, I'm mentioning them because we are the legends. Yes. On the plateau. Plateau is lucky to have three, but now Damara is late, so two of us, Dantala and Panampasipo. We are the legends, genuinely legends. We have something to show for it. Yes. You could call others legends too, but they know that they have nothing to show for it. They are celebrities. They are A-list artists, but they are not legends. Yes, they are not legends. Some of them could graduate to legendary, but for today, they are not yet. So in the north, we are 4. And the 4th person is Bongo Zikwe from Benue State. Yes. So now that Amara is gone, we are 3. So, see, in fact, Bongo Zikwe, at a point, nothing. But I think Taraba saw something and they brought him to Taraba to do a lot of things, and he was able to make good money that he can make good living from. Namaraya here in Jos, well, he had a house, and upstairs, you know Hausa people, they like their own, they can promote their own. Very, very well. But even Panampasi has to connect with religion and to be able to do some things for the church, and is able to get to where he is. But I that worked with government for 35 years and now retire, what could I have done to achieve what? If you do anything in government, they say it's private practice. In fact, those who don't like you will even crumble you in the office. That was why I couldn't have a manager when I was still in office. Because if I have a manager like I have today, he will do some extra work to pull me out of Plateau. And then they will say, we have not seen you in the office for more than a week, for more than 2 weeks. It could have been a problem. So when I was left with 4 years to retire, was when I brought in a manager so that we start doing things together before I finally retire. We would have known ourselves to be able to achieve more. And that is what has happened. But for government, I have won a lot of things for them. Nobody has beaten my record, and truly nothing to show for it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe somebody who has interest in building art has not come yet. But I met some of them when they were nothing, and they say, when we become something, we will do something for you. They got there, and when anything comes down, they will be saying, okay, this time is not too good, maybe next time, until they leave the office. But I still know that there are some of them that are good and are looking out to help artists now. When we are properly connected, it will come. So when I did this, my over 4 decades, I saw some good people who have shown interest to push us to any height that we are expecting. So I'm just waiting to see what they are going to do. And like what you are doing today is greatly contributing to that effect. And I want to say thank you too for just being somewhere around there, looking at us and saying, come, let us do something and see what God will do. So sincerely, I thank the manager. I thank you for even having the time to call us. Your name is, the name of your company is?
So
is it Search Plateau?
No, Discover Jos.
Discover Jos.
Yeah.
The name is very good.
Yeah.
Discover Jos. There are so many things in Jos that most people don't know. And you are bringing them to limelight for people to see and know that some things like this are coming out of the state, coming from the state. There's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than that. Even those in government sometimes don't know the things that are in Plateau State. From ministry to ministry. They go from ministry to ministry to know what the ministries are all about. They should have gotten all the information about the state. But there are things that don't happen within the ministries.
Yes, very true.
So you cannot get them. So it is you that will be able to achieve that. I wish you well and I wish you success.
Thank you, sir. So I know that you're involved in some level of cultural diplomacy, especially with projects between you and Zimbabwe, especially in the creative economy in Zimbabwe. I'd like you to talk a little bit about that.
for us to go there. There was change in government here, and then it affected the ministries of federal government. So we couldn't, because everything had to come to stand still. You have to start from the scratch and see from ministry to ministry to be able to achieve the journey. So it didn't work because of that. But the man is still in Nigeria, trying to see if we could do something in Nigeria. And he's doing that very well now. And we're hoping to finish what we're doing in the studio, collaborating with their legends in Zimbabwe, with me as a legend in Nigeria, to come out with a legendary song. He's now in the studio with Suka here. So by the grace of God, we'll finish it very soon, and then it will go viral, possibly because the song is good. It's coming up powerfully. So there are so many things. If it were my manager, I would have said more. But I'm telling you, by the grace of God, we are going to achieve a lot with this collaboration and cultural diplomacy.
So what part does this cultural diplomacy and the uniqueness of the creativity play in peace building? I know that you've done a lot of stuff within using your music for peace and all of that. I'd like you to talk about that, but also talk about how you see what you do as a catalyst for, bringing peace across our communities, especially right now where Nigeria is in a very fragile state.
They say football brings peace, but I think cultural music generally brings peace more than anything you can think of in the world. In football, the fact that one team is fighting another is already war. That's already war. But in music, you are not competing. You are not fighting with anybody. You are just doing your presentation. And your lyrics tell what you want to achieve. The agreement for Nigeria and Zimbabwe to work together is already peaceful. So by the time we come together to sing a song together, we have started our peace. And then by the grace of God, we will use that to travel to other countries, sharing the peace from one country to another. And the lyrics we are using there will contribute to achieving peace. For the countries to invite us to be part of their programs, it's already achieving peace. And so that is a performance that we hope Nigeria, Zimbabwe, and the world will achieve peace through it. Yes, because when you go there to perform, people will come around. And then you will be very careful about what lyrics are you using. How do you bring the people together? When they go back home, what do they tell their people that you have come to do in their country? So since I personally have the world at heart, and I have sung about the world, duniya yana da wuya. Menene duniya ne? Ba mu zo duniya da komai ba. Ba za mu je sama da komai ba. Kristan Nigeria, Musulmin Nigeria, masafan Nigeria, mu mai da hankali fa. Kar Allah ya ba mu baya. Idan Allah ya ba mu baya, ba za mu gane bayan wa. In Allah ya ba mu baya, ba za mu shirya ba sam. Mu mai da hankali fa. So, we're talking about the world. See the things that are happening today. So, meaning, ba mu mai da hankali ba. That is why things are happening. Then we remind people about what areas we have not done well. Let us do them well to achieve peace in this world. Yes, there are people who misplace peace for war. It's not that they don't know peace or they don't know war. They know. But they wouldn't allow peace, because if they allow peace, they won't succeed in what they are doing. So if you talk about peace, you are even annoying them. So when you do peace, it's better than talking peace. So when you do peace, they will see good in it. If you say, let's do this, let's do that, no, do it. So that you don't just say, let's do this, let's do that. Do it, and then people will see, and then they will see how good it is. Then with that, you achieve peace. That's why if a musician is going to say, I'm going to be singing about peace, I say, what are you going to tell the world? Are you going to say, let's do this, let's do that? So many people have sung, let's do, and we have not done it. So sing about, we must do this, we must do that. And then you start doing.
Fantastic. I remember last year, somewhere in Abuja, there was an event by the state government. I think it was Experience Plateau or Enchanting. I'm not sure what the title. The name was either Experience Plateau, Enchanting Plateau, something like that. And one thing that caught my attention was you did a performance, beautiful performance, but there was a greater performance that I saw outside, where you were singing, and Ice Prince came in, and these people started singing Asharua. And I did a video of that thing, and I think that video actually just went wild on social media. It was such a precious moment seeing, I mean, this is Ice Prince. Ice Prince came to you. I remember he kind of like bent down to, and then started singing and dancing with you and all of that. For me, I saw two generations connecting on the same platform, art and music. Ice Prince is very, his style of music is very modern and it's different from your style of music, but it's connecting on a deeper level. Apart from the fact that both of you are from the same part of Nigeria, it was connecting in a very deep way. And are we looking forward to seeing more of those kinds of connections?
Ice Prince knows me. His father knew me before he died. His mother knew me before she died. When they built their house in Lamingo. When they built their house in Lamingo, we were invited to play for the opening of the house. That time, Ice Prince was very small. We come and place our instruments now. He will run and come and sit on the drums and be playing. Pa, 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 pa. The mother would say, don't break their drums now. Don't break their drums. Before the mother died, she told me that she had asked Ice Prince to stop music. But he is stubborn. He doesn't stop. But wherever he goes to perform, he wins first position. And that thing has been deceiving him and he cannot stop. And she doesn't know anything about music. She will hand him over to me. Since we are in music, let me model him. Let him grow under my tutelage. But when he went to Abuja, we didn't meet again. So he has never bothered to come to me until they were invited for Carnival. 2016. He came to perform. He came with his arts colleagues, musicians. So he told them about me, and he told them I'm his mentor. His mother left him in my care. That was when I said, oh, did he still remember it? But I've seen in most of the magazines that cover him, telling them that I am his mentor. So when we met in Abuja, he had to show to me that he is still going by what his mother has told him. That's why anytime we meet, he will greet me by going down to touch the ground totally, showing his loyalty to me. And he's truly my son. So I give him every respect. But he respects me more than I do because as a child, he will definitely respect me more. Even if I meet him in the market, he will still go down. He will not be ashamed. So now, to think of bringing the two styles of music together, what I sometimes observe with them is that if you say he has a style of music, I will say, no, he doesn't have a style of music. He's still doing what others are doing. Is it that his voice is different from others? The style is in his voice and voicing in the music. If I should advise him to get... You see, most of them now, when they grow in the music and reach a height, when they are reaching the height, they will be advised to go back home and get something original. Yes. They will be told, you are only promoting this person that has done this style of music. If you want to be unique, that is why most of them cannot grow to the legendary we are talking about. The music is not your own. You are doing somebody's music, you are promoting. You can make money from it, you can make name, make fame, make everything. But to own a genre, it's not you. That's why most of them will not grow to legendary. For you to grow to legendary, you have something that is your own and is unique. You can make impact in the society. Most of them don't know that. They make money and they are comfortable. You leave the stage and the whole thing leaves you. If there's any benefit to that, it goes to the originator of that kind of music. That's why when they reach there, they will ask them, go back home and get something original. Get something unique. That was why he tried to come and we did one little collabo. That before we finished the cooking, it has gone out. People stole it.
Oh, wow.
Yes. We have not even laid down the bass guitar. Mix down has not even been done. But people enjoyed it like that, and it went out. So, if we should encourage them to go on with that style, I may not encourage that very, very much. I can only advise, do that and still do your own. It makes you a better artist.
Where do you see the future for you, Dantala, but also for the genre of music that you've created long before you are gone from this side of eternity? So I'm talking about the future future plans for you and the team right now in the nearest future, but looking 30, 40, 50 years plus from now, where do you see this genre of music?
Yes. So many young artists have seen what I'm doing and they are into it. I see myself as no matter what I achieve today, the one that is still left for me is more than what I've done. And this is because sometimes the artists that you are working with, will they be able to give you what you want to achieve? If the artists have limitations, it's difficult for you to achieve what you want to achieve. And you cannot disband that to get a new one. Worst even. And then you want to continue with these ones, you are introducing some new things that are so complex that they may not achieve. You end up not achieving it, people will think that's your limit. You have more to offer. But then certain limitations will not allow you to do so. Now that I have more than 50, if I want to bring another 50 to be able to achieve what I want to achieve, it will be too heavy on my side because I'm not sponsored by anybody to handle that. That is also a limitation. But if I'm able to get what I should get to maintain up to 100 people, bringing in some new people. Now, because I cannot disband the one that is there.
Of course.
After we have reached this level, then I say I should disband. It's not as if they may not achieve it, but you will take a longer time. You know, some artists have their limit. And if you want to go beyond that limit, it means you have to overtrain. But there are some that if you bring today, you are telling them do this, they will be able to achieve it. So, but because you don't have the resources to handle and manage them, you are limited. And therefore, you may not achieve what. I have so many things to bring into my music. So if I'm able to get that, I will reach my peak. But if I'm not able to get that, I may not reach my peak. But where I stop, people will think that's where my peak is. But I know where my peak should be. So, I don't know. Now we have a manager who is working very, very hard. And if we're able to touch on one or two buttons and things are happening, we may reach our peak. But you see, one other thing is everybody has his star. Some of the ones that are coming behind me, they know they are copying me. But sometimes one of them will be lucky to have somebody who will sponsor him in billions. Not even me. Then there's nothing he can't do. He may go and go beyond. But I know that since God has given me this thing, and I have the anointing of God on this, whatever I have not done, he will keep reserving it for me. Reserving it for me and me. He will not open the eyes of the ones that are coming up to see. Until I do, they will copy. When I do, they will copy. But they will not. The things are very close to them. They will not see it. But I will come and pick it from under them. Come and package it. When I pick from under them, that's when they will say, this man is too creative. See, these things are with us here and we cannot do it. That's why they notice the difference between me and them. And why is that happening? It's just that God has said, this is what I have given you until I mess up my life. Then God will carry it and give somebody. God doesn't just do it like that. So since I have not messed up my life, God is still preserving it. And sometimes He will prolong somebody's life because He wants him to reach the peak before he goes. Yes. So it is my wish that I reach my peak. This level that I have reached, most of them will not even be able to reach the level that I have reached now because they don't know that there's more to it. So now, since they don't know, they will not even reach. But if I reach now, it will open their eyes and they will get to that too. So I just pray that I will be able to reach what I'm supposed to reach. I look around and I see so many things that could filter and make my music better.
Fantastic. So finally, I hear that you have a vision for sustainability and a center for training the next generation. What does that look like for you? And what are the things that are currently going in place to bring that vision to life?
For the past more than 20 years, I have seen this as a dream. African Indigenous Music and Dance Center. You know, they say when you have a dream, don't say it because there are people around listening. They steal it. They just change the name and do something similar to what you are doing. But like I said earlier, if you are anointed by God, nobody steals what is yours. He will, even if somebody steals something close to it, he will preserve your uniqueness until you reach that level. So that has been my dream, African Indigenous Music and Dance Center, where these young ones that are coming up, trying to do their best, will have a place to come around and exhibit their talents. You know, it's not just music. There's arts and crafts. Yeah. There's cuisines. There are industrial textiles and so many other things that the young artists will come and be doing at the center. So since we call it African Indigenous Music, I don't want to say Plateau. I don't want to say Ngas. I don't want to say Nigeria. But Africa. African Indigenous Music and Dance Center, where we will have a representation of the major tribes of Nigeria and some popular tribes of Nigeria. Their regalia, their, in fact, royal regalia or traditional regalia will be found there. Every serious ethnic group should have them there. And every other thing that every other tribe is doing, we have them there for people to study. Then sometimes we invite people to come and give lectures. People who come from other countries to see what is happening in the center will have a place to come to. You now come to Nigeria, you don't know where to go to get certain information, you come there. And that was why during the over 4 decades of Dantala Ndengdeng music resilience, we did that to achieve that. Yeah. So from now, we will start seeing how we'll begin the center from foundation and see how far we can go. So trying to see where the younger artists will have a place, and we collect information from the older ones, store there, and look at our future. Yes, we get from the past, preserve them today, and then present them for the future. Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much, sir. This has been amazing. This has been completely mind-blowing. I think that for me, it has given me a more up-close understanding of the brand, of the music, but of the soul behind everything that you're doing, and it's phenomenal. Thank you so much for taking out time to be here, sir.
Thank you very, very much. I wish you the best in life.
Thank you, sir.
Because I know you have your mission and vision as well, and you are hoping to achieve it.
Yes, sir.
How I wish you would have told me your own too, so, so that we move together.
No problem, sir.
But I wish you well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
sir. And finally, before we go, I would say one thing. If you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, share. This is an episode that I think that everybody needs to listen to.
Okay.
And by all means, let's go and stream Baba Dantala's music. He has new music coming out.
Yes.
When is the music coming out? Do you know, is there a date yet, or we're looking towards later the year?
Not quite in fact, in less than 1 month.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So new music is coming out, and this is what I want you to do. If you're a creator, take the music, create reels, use it for voiceovers, use it for as many reels, videos, projects, documentary works as possible, because it's great music. It needs to get all the visibility that it needs, that it should get. And see yourself as being a part of Nde's work and the future, the peak that he's been talking about, that he's looking forward to reaching. Thank you so much once again. I'll ask you to do something for us as we sign out. I'll ask you to just do a very small piece of music, and then we'll just use that to sign out as we close.
Yeah, this is an instrument that most of the places I go, I have never blown this. This is the Oja.
Okay.
The Igbo people call it Oja. The Ngas people call it Kulit. Kulit. So it's not only the Igbos that have it, we have it in Gasu.